A little financial information.
Remember when the Fed bailed out the banks? Well, that bailout ends March 11th, next month. What that means is that the banks have to start paying back their loans. The very spooky part of this is we've continued to see banks around the country collapse, even with the bailout. So what happens when it goes away and they are required to pay this money back? I think this very well could be the explanation for why we see so many billionaires selling off all their stocks. It's important to understand the way that this bailout worked. When the Fed started raising interest rates, bond prices dropped, and as bond prices fell, the value of the bank asset portfolios crashed along with them. Typically, the amount banks can borrow is based on the current market value of those bonds, but what the Fed did is allow the banks to borrow as if the value of the bonds had never dropped. Here's where things get very sketchy. This allowed the banks to borrow way more than they should have borrowed. So essentially, again, we have another falsely created...
They've literally rigged the laws of international finance. Everything is basically in place right now, and there's essentially no way to stop this from happening. When the crisis hits, they'll flip the switch, freezing the global financial system. That will give them time to reset the world economy according to their vision. As the coming crisis unfolds, President Trump will be powerless to stop it. In fact, trying to stop them would probably weaken the president's power altogether.
That is amazing, Jim, really. So what did these elites want from your contact at BlackRock?
Basically, they want to classify BlackRock as too big to fail. The technical term is Systemically Important Financial Institution, or SIFI. That designation normally applies to banks, such as Bank of America.